Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is the 4-inch Jakks Pacific Big the Cat. Now, I've had a few big figures in the past, whether it be from Jazwares or Toy Island, and unfortunately I can't find a Toy Island one, but we'll get into a little bit more of that later. Now, I got this from my friend Addy on Facebook. He hooked me up with this figure as well as this Rouge, and I went to do an unboxing video for it, but then I accidentally deleted the camera footage, like the top cam footage, so I feel stupid, and I'm sad because I was really proud of that video. So shout out to my friend Addy for hooking me up for both of these figures. I'm really excited to get closer and closer to completing this collection. If I remember right, here's his TikTok if you want to check him out. And if you need some Jakks figures, maybe he can help you. I don't know. But let's take a look at this figure real quick. So we got a good look of Big the Cat, and his accessory is rings. I'm personally disappointed that it's not a Froggy figure, but I would have made this figure a little bit more expensive. Who am I kidding? If I'm getting a Big the Cat, I need a Froggy. And we still don't have a Froggy. And then we got an unfortunate cut of Sonic's ear right here, but there's the rest of his setup. Then on the back, the rest of the wave comes with Knuckles as well as Chaos. Thankfully, I do have a Knuckles and I do have a Chaos. And then there's a Sonic with a little life emblem thing. Then this guy has 12 points of articulation. You can move his head and all this other fun stuff right here. It says Big with rings, and his little bio says, though a gentle giant, Big is not afraid to fight for his friends if they are in danger. I guess? Kinda? And you get a good look at the prototype. You can see how his face would look on the prototype. But on the final product, his eyes definitely look a lot bolder than they're anticipated, I guess. But I have a hard time seeing in the box. So let's open him up real quick and get a closer look. And here he is. Kinda. We still gotta get him out. First we'll do the arms. There we go. I would say we do the legs, but they're pretty stubby. And push him out, and there he is. And then we got the few rings, and then we got a bunch of trash. So we're gonna take this. I accidentally threw a ring away, and there we go. I'll clean that up later. But here is Big the Cat himself. But so far, he does look pretty great. When it comes to a Big the Cat action figure, this is what I'd mostly expect. They did a good job bringing him to life. I like how his belt actually sticks out a little bit more. So it's not just molded just to him. I like how the fact that it actually hangs out a little bit. That's pretty cool. I love how you can see the indent, where his toes are supposed to be. Because these are actually his feet. They're not shoes. He's wearing open-toed sandals. But overall, yeah, he looks pretty good. I like the way he looks. His legs, I believe, are supposed to be a lighter color. I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, let's take a look at a model of what Big the Cat actually looks like. I see a poster behind me, but I can't see his feet. I mean, his legs, for the most part, are a darker shade, and the legs a little bit on the top are light, but putting that on a figure is a little bit tough, so I'm not going to give them too much for it. I think this looks fine. They did a good enough job with this. This is fine. I was mainly just comparing it to this figure, which we'll get into that soon. But overall, yeah, this looks really great. He has elbow articulation, but it's actually mostly hidden pretty well. If I just saw it in the box, the way that it's sculpted right under his stripe, it makes it blend in perfectly. And I thought you wouldn't be able to bend it, but I'm happy that you can. This is a good figure. I like this. But as a kid, I had a Toy Island figure where it was Big the Cat, it came with Froggy, it came with a fishing rod, as well as a couple of Chaos Emeralds. And I got the Sonic X version, not the Sonic Adventure version as a kid. And during that time, those figures were about $5, $6 more or less. So the fact that this is a $10 figure, and don't get me wrong, it definitely looks a lot better than what we got back then. I don't know, I wish we could have gotten a few more accessories. I wouldn't mind spending, what, 15, 20 bucks for a good Big the Cat figure where it comes with all of his accessories that he would need to be a complete character. But I think your best bet would be to just, I guess you can get the Toy Island figure, but the fishing rod doesn't look very good. The Froggy toy he comes with actually looks perfect. It's a very good looking Froggy. And I know I had one as a kid, but I don't know where Froggy went. I never got rid of him because I love my toys too much. But I looked in my basement. I looked in so many different totes as well as book bags and where I normally store my figures. I couldn't find it anywhere. But if you could find that Toy Island Froggy, that would go perfect with this guy until they finally make a good Froggy figure. As of right now, the only Froggy figure you can get from Jakks is the one from the it's a comic version of Sonic where it has the metal virus and Froggy is like a Zombot. I think that's what it's called. As of right now, that's the only Froggy figure, and I don't understand why we got that first before completing him. Now, I wish I still had my Toy Island Big the Cat to compare him to, but the only one I have to compare it to right now is the Jazwares one. And the Jazwares one, I actually still really love a lot. The Jazwares version, the head looks pretty squished. I like how the legs are painted, so it still like matches how he's supposed to look into the games. You still have that little bit of toe sculpting in there. But I believe at the time when this came out, this felt pretty on model. This felt like a good figure. Now, when it comes to like being like on model color wise, I feel like the Jakks Pacific one does a much better job, because with the Jazwares one, like the head is a lighter tone compared to everything else for the most part. And I think that's mainly because the head is made out of like a rubbery, like squishy material compared to everything else being like a hard plastic. While with this is all mostly made of the same stuff. But I like how with the Jazwares one, you can still see his belly a little bit within his little belt. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that. I'm pretty sure it is, but while with this, you can't do that. But having that detail of it like sticking out a little bit, that's also a nice attention to detail. So, is one better than the other? It's tough for me to say. I still have a big nostalgia thing for this one, but I will say both of these figures are definitely better than what we got from Toy Island, because with the Toy Island ones, the way these sandals are, so the original loop would be closer to his foot, almost similar to how it's set up here with the Jazwares, but the back loop is not there at all. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the Resource one either to compare it to. I think out of all of them, the Resource might be my favorite just because I missed that era of toys personally. But I feel like if you're gonna mishmash accessories, I would say getting the fishing rod from Resource, perfect. And then getting the Froggy from Toy Island, perfect. So the fact that this one doesn't come with any of those, again, it's a little sad, but like, what you gonna do? In fact, I want to say the reason why we don't have a Froggy is because of this guy right here. He's upset that this guy took his Froggy. Which, by the way, Jakks Pacific, I highly doubt you watch my videos. Mine are kind of hard to find, I think, when you look for Sonic Jazwares stuff. Or Jakks Pacific, I mean. Point is, I don't know. I don't know how easy I am to find. I don't look myself up. However, I'm very grateful that Jakks Pacific has given us an Omega figure. Fantastic. But the things I would do to get a modern version of this Gamma figure would be great, because don't get me wrong, this one does look great, but it does show its age, and I would love a modern take on the Gamma figure. Now, normally I would compare this to a couple other characters. The only one I can really compare it to is the Sonic right here, because I don't really have many other characters to compare him to. Scaling wise, I feel like they did a good job comparing him to the 4-inch figures. I think this is a decent scale. The only one that doesn't really look right in the whole scale, I think, is probably Eggman. I wish Vector was a little bit taller, to me personally. But right now, the only Froggy that I have is this one from Jazwares. And this one looks fine, but I like the fact that the one that we got from Jakks Pacific for Zombot, his legs are sticking out and he's standing on his own. And the Toy Island one does the exact same thing. So personally, I don't want to pair this with this, mainly because I still have my Jazwares collection displayed, so I'm going to keep him with that. But if we can get a Froggy figure, whether it be in a 2.5-inch line or we get a re-release of Big the Cat with a big set, I don't know. I just want a complete Big. He looks great, but he would look better if he was complete. I would compare this to other characters like Amy, but I don't have Amy yet. I have a Cream figure, but I kind of want to wait until I get an Amy before I open up Cream. In fact, right now, I have so many other figures I got to unbox. I have a Blaze the Cat, but I have no silver to compare it to. I finally have a Neo Metal Sonic that I paid way too much money for, as well as a Metal Sonic 3.0. But but I have no normal metal Sonic. I have some classic characters in there as well, but I kind of want to wait until I get more classic characters, because like I have a classic Knuckles, but I don't have, well no, I do have a Sonic, never mind. I do have Sonic, but I don't have a classic Tails yet, so I gotta find that in the wild. Point is, I want to unbox other characters before I unbox the characters I have now. So, we'll see if we can get them. I have somebody that's supposed to hook me up with those, but it's taking a bit. I'm rambling now. I don't really have much else to say about this Big the Cat. He looks great. I love him. Where am I going to put him on my shelf? I don't know. He's going to look awkward because he has no one else to stand with. He's just there. But that's going to be it for this video. If you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's going to be my link tree, so if you want to follow me on anything, that'd be pretty cool. And having his arms up like this, that looks pretty silly, doesn't it? Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look silly. I love that. But anyway, good job, Jakks. You made a good Big the Cat, but he needs more. But thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. And I'll see you on the next one. So peace, peace.